Welcome back to our beginner to baller series where we are aiming to help you guys grow one step at a time in this game. Today we are going to go over how to create a scheme. It's going to fit very much into our episode 2 if you guys haven't seen it, how to setting up your audibles. And what you're going to do is when I'm looking for a scheme, I'm looking for a particular formation that I can effectively run and pass out of that gives me 2 to 3 runs and maybe 2 to 3 passes, maybe a screen pass, something that offers versatility, and that I can set up in my audible. So that way, if there's a particular setup or situation that presents itself from the defense, I can change to another play to attack that. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to jump into the UAB playbook. I have that playbook dropping down here in a couple days. And the reason being is I wanted to get into a formation that is separate from what I put out on our previous videos. I haven't put anything out on UAB, smaller school, but the smaller schools actually typically have the better playbooks from what I've been dropping, what I've been doing my research on. So, the first formation I definitely want to take a look at. If anybody followed me through 25, my first video that I ever put out was from Arizona's playbook. It is the tight Y off. That is my main, or what would be my meta formation that I lived in, and I still like to use it. So tight Y off's in a bunch of formations. So I'm going to go over that one, and then I'm going to go over a trips halfback week, which you can find primarily in our Alabama video, along with other formations that have it as well. And I'm just going to show you guys how to set it up. And this is universal across any formation and any playbook. I'm just specifically using it out of UAB because I have both, and then you guys will be able to build your own scheme and become a better player. So without further ado, let's jump into this. All right, so the first thing we're going to jump into is tight Y off. And let me start by saying this as well. The key to creating a scheme, and again, this is going to take repetition, is find a formation, again, that has multiple runs and passes that you guys can use, audible to, that you feel comfortable with, in a formation that you think you can stay in the whole game. And this doesn't mean running the same play. This means running multiple plays that you can go to. So here in the tight Y off, I love coming out in zone fake jet and jet touch pass. And again, for the sake of the video, I'm not too worried about results of positive yardage and all that stuff because in practice mode, it always plays different from the game. But the reason why I love doing this is because the motion, people always assume jet touch pass, especially after how well it was in 25. And by me doing this is after I do this maybe 2 times, maybe even 3 times, the zone fake jet, is guys will stop moving over to chase the guy in motion and they will stay completely still. And then that's where the the jet touch pass will actually be the most effective. So obviously here I've ran zone fake jet 3 times now in a row. I am going to come out and jet touch pass. Computer may stop it. I really don't care. It's more about showing you that now the user who's usually on a middle linebacker, maybe a safety that likes to come in and blow up the jet touch pass. After you run this 2 or 3 times, they're just going to stay neutral in the middle of the field, and it's going to allow you to get the edge, assuming the defensive end is a block shed. And so that's what's going to create big plays. And so again, this is a big thing in scheming, is making sure that you guys have looks that appear the same, like you're doing the same exact thing. So again, so I've just shown a couple examples of how jet touch pass and zone fake jet complement each other. And then you guys will implement the fake jet halfback seam. So you guys see already how all three of these can play off each other. So in doing that, now you also have the reason why I like UAB's playbook. You have a jet split zone, a jet halfback trap, and a jet PA flood. Here, I'm going to show the halfback trap. I like this run a lot. Feel like the gaps are pretty clear and able to go through. But again, if you run all these different plays and stuff like that, it is going to be very difficult for what they're going to commit to. Are they going to go commit to stopping the guy in the motion? Are they going to move guys over and their pre-snap adjustments? Are they going to make defensive adjustments in case you do the jet touch pass or the pass? And then are they going to be able to get their run defense set up in time to stop these? So again, these 3 plays, the jet halfback trap, the jet where you at PA flood and jet split zone. These are new plays in the game. They were not in 25, but they are very good, again, for the purpose of mixing up this scheme. So if you find ways to implement all 6 of these, fantastic. If not, implement 2 or 3 of them, whatever to your choosing that gives you the best results. So the other thing that we go into next is the RPO alert bubble and the RPO peak slant bubble. So again, this is all very, very relevant information, especially if you are in a dynasty and with play cooldown. If not, and you're playing just regular online, you obviously don't have any play cooldown limit. You can run each play as many times as you want. But the reason why I like this is, again, very simple. You don't know if I'm going to jet motion at the very beginning. I could just quick snap this. In doing that, is I look at options on this RPO alert bubble. I have my speed out to the right and I have my bubble to the left. So the first thing I'm going to look at is numbers to the right. If I see a corner that is backed off more than 5 yards and not directly the receiver, I'm almost throwing this B route exclusively because he's going to get outside every single time. The only way I will not throw this if it is a cover 2 type look where a corner is playing within 5 yards or man press and they are already outside my corner, then they have leverage. And if that's the case, then I would throw it to the bubble. If they're covering the bubble really well, I have the read option up front here. And again, we have numbers in the box. So now this is where I can just let the inside zone take over. So RPO read alert bubble or RPO alert bubble. Again, very, very good. And then is if I've only shown you the RPO alert bubble, and now I come in the RPO peak is now I am going to have this backside slant. Now, obviously, it was incomplete there. It may not have been the best read, but again, it's just showing you guys the different things here. You have the bubble again, and sometimes stuff's going to get locked up. There is such thing as good defense. So don't get discouraged if one play does not work to what you think, right? No play is guaranteed to get you 8 to 10 yards every single time unless, I don't know, somebody's not trying or deliberately moving people out of the way. So I've shown you how RPO alert bubble, RPO peak. We've shown you all the jets. You have O1 trap here, which you don't need the jets, obviously. And then you have 2 really good PA plays, PA jailbreak screen. And again, you have this backside slant in case it's open. If not, the play action here, it has corners hesitating. You throw a quick screen out there to your receiver. Good play. I always like mixing this in, especially in a no huddle situation. But then also my favorite one is PA slot cross. You can run this completely stock or you can drag A, whatever you want to do. And if you're able to get outside the pocket here, you have this crosser coming across the field. And because I got pressured really quickly there, was you I also have time for this X route underneath as well. So again, now we have this PA slot cross. We've had PA screen. And again, I haven't gotten into the basic pass plays, but this is why I like tight Y off to me. Symmetrical 2x2 formation. I can attack you left side, right side, underneath, middle. I can go deep. Runs, motion, all types of confusion, right? We have a read option if we want to get into that bag. And then now showing you some of the pass plays, right? Again, quick, easy pass plays that are easy without making any adjustments to attack. So B, speed out route, the same as our RPO alert bubble. I can throw him immediately. I wouldn't do it here. This is that kind of coverage shell that to me defends this really well. But I have this return route from X underneath. I have this RB on the Texas route, and then I have either one of my corner routes depending on who the user wants to take away. So here, they're in some kind of a, like I said, cover 2. I can throw this return route underneath all day. I also could throw the Texas route if I needed to. As you see now, he is right here. And they all attack different areas. So even the best switch stick users are not going to be able to cover the speed out route, the return route, and the Texas and take away the corner routes. So again, now I'm making my read. There's that speed out route that didn't get pressed. Nobody played underneath. Easy throw. And then finally here, see if we can get one with the tight ends. Kind of throw it over that guy's head there. Gets into a nice little pocket. And we're able to get a 30-yard touchdown. And those, what I've noticed, the corner routes open up a lot more after you've hit the shorter underneath routes, people will start shading underneath, and that is a big thing. So again, that's actually my favorite play in the entire formation. Quick snap, very good. But again, this is universal. You can find this in a trips tight end. You can find this in any trips formation. I like it in symmetrical sets. It's very rare that you find it. Tight opens another good one. Not quite as many runs, but there's a speed option out of there that works really well. Now, the one thing that I would say that this doesn't have is a natural flood play. And so, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to create the flood. Uh, but again, each playbooks they have different things here. So, what I might do is I'm going to put Y here on a deep in, put X on a narrow in. I'm going to put B on a streak. I'm going to put A here on a corner and just put B here in the flat. So, obviously, I just created this entire play. This is actually a play in most tight Y off formations, just not in this one. But again, is in doing this, I still have things. I have a levels concept X and Y on the left side of formation, and then I have a flood three routes attacking the zone look on the right. So I would just make my reads is if I don't see anything's taken away underneath, I'm going to hit my running back every single time. I didn't even look at the left side of the field because of the alignment, but also the tight end was open on his sharp cutting corner. And now I'm in the same look here. See what they're going to give me. They run a man look. Now I have this backside in. So again, this is just kind of how you play around. This is just tight Y off. But once you start getting comfortable in a formation and you can make your reads, let me set my audibles real quick. But once you get that comfortable in those kind of sets, then that's when you can really get into your bag and cause havoc. And that's going to be exactly how you scheme out of the tight Y off. Create this. It doesn't have to be this many plays, but again, you can do this out of any formation. All right, for trips halfback, we won't be in here as long. Again, this is the whole thing about this, right? With tight Y off trips halfback week, you can find any formation in the game and make it your own. And some stuff is going to cause you to have different route combination that you create. That you may find stuff better than what I'm able to teach or any other content creator. But it's coming out, making sure you have 5 or 6 plays, multiple runs, passes, screens, things that you can implement where the defense never knows or can commit to one thing that you're doing. So if you can control your offense, you're going to be able to dictate the defense and choose which play you want to exploit them. For the purpose of that, I'm going to come out and quarterback blast, doesn't matter. And these are the audibles. I have an outside run, a direct snap, an angle screen, and a pass play. So I have every kind of pass or play available to me if I need to switch. And I have mid screen too if I wanted to come out in that. We'll come out in QB blast. And again, this isn't about the success of this video, but okay, I see there is 5 guys in the box. I have 5 offensive linemen. I'm looking at who they're blocking. They're picking up all these guys. Okay, so I am fine with this. I'm going to run this, and that's going to give me the best chance for success with these yards. Now, if they come out something like this, right? Now you got 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. There's going to be this middle linebacker that's kind of unaccounted for. Well, I guess I'm running a quarterback run, but they're all picked up. But if I don't like that look, I'm like, okay, cool. I think this screen pass can exploit what they're going to throw at me here. And minus 68, not blocking his guy there, I would have had a huge play. And the point with being, I still got positive yardage out of it despite that result. But now is here, I know it looks like they're maybe bringing some kind of blitz at me here. Let's say I want to do halfback direct. Look at the block. I know the safety's the guy I got to beat. And, we're able to get our yards. And this is all just me pre-snap reading. And you're not going to get it right 100% of the time. Again, players are going to make good defense. Players with abilities are going to make sheds. But you're coming out here, you're picking your play initially based off what you think is going to be the best play and based off what the defense has been running. And then when you come out, that's why you have your audibles here. Maybe it's, okay, yeah, you know what? I know this play is not going to work. I'm going to switch to my pass play here. I'm going to put A on a cross, or I'm going to put this RB on a return just to help my guys out. Boom. I had a comeback over here, so I took that. So it didn't matter what their coverage was. I made an adjustment. I had an underneath route in case the zones gave me the underneath. They played man coverage. And this is how you're going to master a scheme. Having all these different um, avenues available to yourself. And then, here's a run. I have an outside run. I thought based off where the defensive end's positioning was that I could get outside. So that's the reason why I'm making the reads I make, right? Again, here, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, 6 guy at linebacker. I'm looking to see who gets blocked. It looks like everybody's blocking somebody. I'm going to run this, follow my blocks, and I'm able to get 10 yards. So, again, pick the plays that you think are best suited for you to have success. And again, the last example here, right, is I'm looking at this 2 high safeties. Yes, there's 2 corners pressed, but if you notice, there's only 1 slot corner lined up over RB here. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be cover 2. That's what it looks like to me. It's cover 2. So I'm going to pick something I think will beat cover 2. Again, I'll just, because of the sake of the video, I only have this pass play in my audible. And I'll just do something like this, just a drag underneath. And I'll put Y on a streak just to stress. But I'm going to watch. Boom. I have the running back and I have this drag open underneath. But that's all because I made the pre-snap read. I looked at what the defense was giving me, and I'm able to make that adjustment. So again, episode 2, tying how to audible. How to audible is easy. Setting the correct audibles to maintain possessions and get points is the more advanced part. And that's where you guys go into your playbooks and you figure out, okay, this is the best formation I like to stay in. I like 1, 2, 3 amount of plays, and then I can incorporate the rest in there. That's going to wrap up our episode 3 of our Beginner to Baller series, how to create a scheme. And if you guys are willing to put the reps in, I promise you, doesn't matter if it's trips halfback week or tight Y off, your game's going to go to a whole nother level. Again, refer back to episode 2 with how to set your audibles, and then picking the smart audibles in your playbook to maximize your offense, and you guys will win more games. I promise you that. Also, if you guys feel like this level up your game, do me a favor, like the video, drop a comment on what you guys like, what you guys want to see next, and sub to the channel so you guys don't miss an upload all year long. We've been rolling through 26 content. I got plenty of stuff to drop all year long. More stuff coming this week with a few different playbook breakdowns. And then we also have a Patreon page coming soon that's going to go deeper in our breakdowns and other content that is not shown here on this channel. And again, without your guys' support, this channel would not be growing like it is, man. I can't say thank you enough to everybody. You guys have made this grow so quick. So until next time, I'm going to see you guys in the next video.